Hello, good evening. You in my way there, mate?
Sorry.
Hello, good evening, welcome. It's Wedding Cues Live. It's 8 PM on a Monday, like we always are. If you're watching, thanks very much. If you're not watching, then what are you doing? My name's Gavin Jones. I am the lead singer of The Rush, and I've got a company called Bandtube.
My name's Andy Murphy. I'm a wedding DJ and a networking organiser type person.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all I've got.
What about your other company? You've got a company.
Oh, Love Music Events, which is an events company which supplies only the very best DJs across the UK for weddings and stuff like that. Just wanted to thank Roland Turner from RT Productions for our new intro clip.
That's our intro video. We're just stepping it up a bit, aren't we?
All that, you know what I mean? It's pretty good, that, isn't it?
You bought a new shirt for tonight as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I borrowed it off Adam. He's kindly lent me the shirt. It suits me.
We have an absolutely just mega show for you tonight. We've got 4 different guests, which is double the amount of guests we've normally had, and we've also got someone performing live for you on a grand piano in a very beautiful room.
So excited.
So look out for that. What have you been up to the weekend?
Well, I was working, doing weddings. I was in the Laura Ashley, the Bellsfield in Windermere on Saturday, gorgeous hotel, and the Punch Bowl in Crosswaite last night, which was a fantastic wedding. Yourself, you're off skiing, weren't you?
I've been snowboarding this week.
I can see you.
I've got, thanks for,
I thought it was makeup.
No, I put makeup on to try and cover it.
That's a wrap.
But like I said, we've got a fantastic show tonight. We've got...
Who's on the show tonight, Gav?
Thanks, Sandy. We've got Adam Evanson from Vanilla All Seasons, who's going to talk to you about catering and also this venue that we're in, this beautiful venue. We had a tour of the library before. It was like something out of Harry Potter. Absolutely amazing. We've got a little VT for you. Coming up soon. I've got that from Johnny Draper, yeah. Coming up soon, and you'll be able to see that. We've also got Jennie Sawdon, who's going to perform for us live, a first for Wedding Cues Live.
Yeah, she's doing some grunge music tonight, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. We'll get a mosh pit going in the middle, yeah.
Jennie's singing live.
And Jennie's going to talk to us about all things entertainment.
Yeah, we've also got Julia Braime from Brides Up North and Unveiled Magazine. She'll be here to talk about all things wedding as well. Also Lucy Wright from Lucy Wright Events, one of the UK's leading wedding planners. We'll be here to talk about all things to do with weddings and details and what to do. So if you've got a question for either Adam, who does catering and looks after Chetham'S Library here, or you've got a question for Julia, or for even Jenny, our wonderful singer, or any of our panels, get your questions in now, put them in the comments box. And also, if you could share the video with some of your friends on your Facebook page, that way everyone benefit from this wonderful show.
Please get your questions in and get them in now. We'll have obviously the question and answer session later after we've spoken to the guests. But get the questions in now. We will get to them, and you'll get all your answers, a little bit later, won't you?
It's a great panel. Really great panel.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an absolute mix of talent and experience in the industry, so please use the guys, get all your questions answered. I think
should we get our first guest on?
No, we shouldn't.
Hello.
What we're going to do is have a little look back on what happened in the last Wedding Cues Live.
Interesting.
Hello, good evening, welcome. It's Monday night, it's 8 o'clock and it's Wedding Cues Live. I'm Gavin Jones.
I'm Andy Murphy. Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Hope you're well.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Sorry.
It's all right.
Don't start. Thanks for joining us. We've got a really exciting show for you this time with The Word Is Love. Ollie and Susie will be here, and multi-award-winning magician Sam Fitton. They'll be here to show us what they do, how they do it, and feel free to ask us questions about those guys.
We're just to let you know where we are. We're on the 7th in Media City. Thanks very much, Sam. Thanks. As if by magic.
I know, just like that, eh?
See what we did there.
I know.
How are you, Sam? You okay, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can I just say you are looking very well and talk about weddings. So, I mean, when is the best time for you to provide your service? Is it before dinner, during dinner, after dinner, or all three? What do you think?
I actually think there's only 2 good times in a wedding day to have a magician or any kind of interactive entertainment, as I call it. Drinks reception and the turnover. I get loads of inquiries for the wedding breakfast. Who the hell thinks that's a good idea? Trust me, it's not. Never do it. It's a terrible idea because
people are eating, aren't they?
Yeah, people are eating. You end up with carbs in the gravy boat, and it just gets messy. You know, you're pulling cards from drumsticks. It's just not. It's not clarity.
Could be your next trick.
Absolutely, card from drumstick.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. My friends are getting married at the moment,
Right.
and you do notice this phenomena. I call it the kind of wedding zombies, and it's when all your guests nod off. After the food, everyone chills out, they all nod off.
Back to the rooms.
Oh, yeah, and you end up with, if you're trying to build a party atmosphere ready for the evening, you've got a great band or DJ booked, and you're trying to get a crowd going, you're trying to wake them up from being zombies, to get them on the dance floor, nightmare.
Ollie and Susie, as if by magic.
Hi!
Okay, lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for coming down.
Thanks for having us on.
How you mentioned you've got a few loves there, so you've got love as just the plain love like that, but you've also got a few variants, haven't you? Talk about the variants you've got.
We've got, I think the first one we did was this 6 foot one, and then we've got a neon pink one, rustic wood one.
We're actually going to put some pictures of these on our feed afterwards, so you can see what they look like.
So we've got the floral in 4 foot. We've got our new glitter collection. So
Gorgeous.
it's the silver glitter. Hi, Hannah Ingram. She was our competition winner.
She's on. She's watching. Yeah.
So you.
For you, Sam, yes. And it's from Hannah Ingram.
Oh.
And she goes, I think I need Sam at our wedding to prevent the wedding zombies.
Yeah.
So she's not actually asked this question, but I think what she's saying is,
Yeah.
how do you prevent the wedding zombie from when dinner's finished and everyone's a bit, tired and yawny and hot and sticky and they want to disappear?
Yeah.
How do we stop that happening? So there you go, a little look back at our last wedding queues, which was amazing. It came live from Eclectic Hotels on the 7th in Media City, and we cannot thank those guys enough for a wonderful backdrop. Also like to thank Ollie and Susie from The Word Is Love for providing a wonderful letter, a cute apostrophe S, it's amazing. And they were guests on the last show.
On the last show, we had Sam Fitton, multi-award-winning wedding magician, Andy, not DJ, like the last time.
Oh, so you weren't paying attention?
I was watching it back in the gym the next day and noticed it. I didn't
Got
notice
the gym,
it at the time. Yeah. You can't tell. Should we get on with it?
Should we bring a guest on?
I think we should bring our first guest on. I'm really excited about this.
We could have a drum roll. So our first guest, is from multi-award-winning catering company Vanilla in All Seasons, and we've got a little video here to show you of what Adam Everson is all about. And Jennie Sawdon as well there.
Sorry for saying that.
No, it's okay. Adam, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, and you guys?
Thanks for joining us, mate.
It's been a pleasure, and thank you very much for coming to this stunning building, Chetham'S Library. The oldest library in the English-speaking world. Yes.
Amazing.
Really?
It really is, yeah. It's the oldest oldest library in the English-speaking world.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah. Have you been upstairs?
Been to the library before.
Stunning.
We had I was astounded. I mean, I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan, but I imagine if someone would probably,
Yeah.
just
Neither am I.
lose the
Books there, made in the 6th, 7th, 8th century.
Incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
So what's this? This venue is. How long's it been going as a wedding venue?
Well, Chetham's obviously is renowned for its music. They have this. This used to be one of the original dining halls when it was a school, and we got approached from Chetham'S Library if we could help them with weddings, and we gladly accepted. It's a beautiful venue, loads of history in the city centre of Manchester. I mean, you look outside, you've got green, you've got the new co-op building, you've got the Manchester Cathedral. You wouldn't believe that you are in the city centre.
We pulled up. This is the first time I've been, and I said, "This looks like someone's just picked this from the countryside and just put it in the middle of Manchester." Yeah. It's
beautiful,
outstanding. Guys, if anyone is looking for a wedding venue, you've got to come and check this out because it is just so unusual. It's beautiful. It's old. It's very very quirky, and it's medieval even.
Medieval, 16, 1500. Yeah.
Sorry, there's Simon at the back who's the gaffer here, and he's just checking.
Yeah.
Simon. Yeah.
So Chetham's asked me, could Simon, who's my business partner, and myself, could we be a part of it? And we said, yes, please, thank you very much. And we're just helping them. We do the catering, we do the food, we do the beverages, we do the planning for all weddings here, for wedding breakfasts down to the evening do. It's great fun.
No, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful place.
I think one of the biggest selling points for this venue for me is its pure location, because it's right in the middle and it's oldie worldy, surrounded by modern buildings, which would appeal to a lot of brides, because a lot of brides go further out into the countryside to find a venue like this. But they've got it right here.
And I bet you photographers have a great time here, by the way. There's just areas everywhere for them to take great shots.
Yeah, the gardens outside are beautiful.
Yeah, and there are gardens out there. Look at Steve McGowan's website, look at Chelsea Shoesmith's website. Yeah. Paul Atherton, stunning.
Yeah. We've got to thank Steve, actually, haven't we, in a minute?
Stephen did provide some photographs for the little video we did, which we'll be showing in a few minutes, actually, which is a little walk around of the venue, gives you an idea of what can be done here. In terms of numbers then, Adam, what sort of numbers would you fit in here for it?
This room is Baronial Hall. You can get married in here for 8 people and sit down for around about 78 people again.
Okay.
We've got an associate room where we can hold reception drinks, or because it's going to be a beautiful day on your wedding day, we can serve them outside in the courtyard. Fizz, whatever we want to do. Fantastic. And then 100 odd in the evening in here.
Brilliant. And then from a band point of view, there's a stage here.
Perfect.
Stage
DJ,
Yep. Yorkstone
Russian
floor.
DJ probably got the fireplace.
Yeah, it's where I like to put it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Especially bands.
Well, since we've been talking about the venue, why don't we, Andy, you came down last week and had a little walk round and to show off the different areas. Why don't we roll on?
Yeah, we can play
that video now.
Show people what it's all about. Yeah. So here we are with a little Wedding Cues live tour of Chetham's in central Manchester. Firstly, you can see from the start here that it's bang in the centre of Manchester, kind of hidden away. This is the main entrance to it, where you can drive in. Your bridal cars can drive in here. Stephen McGowan has kindly given us some shots. So here's a shot of the bride and groom in the evening time with the nice city landscape. So this brings you into the main kind of courtyard area at Chetham's. Lovely gardens here to be used. There's the main building in front of you. Again, Stephen has given us a picture here which shows you what you can do in the gardens. A great picture of a bride there. And that's the main building again behind you. So we're going to take a little walk now towards the main building, and this is where you'd be greeted by the catering staff. Vanilla in all seasons will be on hand to guide you into the main hall, which is just at the end of this walkway. And again, if we look to the left, you can see exactly where we are in Manchester, just next to the Manchester Cathedral in the middle of the picture. And we've got the Renaissance Hotel to the right-hand side. So it's right in the middle of Manchester. A great wedding venue, actually. A very kind of Harry Potter-esque building. I'm sure they've heard that before. But we're going to take you now into the main hall, where the kind of magic would happen. The Baronial Hall, as it's called. And we've got another couple of pictures here, courtesy of Stephen McGowan again.
Hi guys, sorry, that
was a great tour.
Yeah, it was amazing that week. And Adam got his clothes off and everything. You missed it all. You missed it all. Sorry, we had a slight problem with the Wi-Fi. It just cut out, but we're back now and everything should be fine.
We pulled the plugs out, plugged them back in again.
You've just put some money in the meter, haven't you?
All
so
that,
it's fine.
So that's Chetham's Library, a little tour there, some amazing spaces to be used. The library upstairs can be used for pictures, and this room, we like to thank Stephen McGowan again for letting us use his images in that little video, which gives you a rough idea of what can be done here. So let's talk about food. Everyone's favourite subject. You must be a very popular man at events, Adam, because everyone loves food.
Oh, it's not me. It's Simon.
Simon,
the chef, business partner. He's great.
Right, because we were kindly invited to your premises last week, and we were treated to some outstanding food. Yeah.
I like a bit of food.
Everyone loves food. Everybody loves food.
Yeah. No, food's great. It's one of the key parts. You either do or you don't, and the majority of our people do. We love it.
So what's on trend at the minute?
Anything and everything. We do great barbecues.
Yeah.
Served in the middle of the table, nice wooden board,
amazing.
Ribeye steak from local butchers, salads made by our own chefs, all bespoke. We say to a bride and groom, what do you want? They give us ideas and we generate them for them. It's stunning.
So you can pretty much do anything that a bride and groom require.
Very much so.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you could take on like kosher weddings and...
Don't do kosher.
Indian, no.
And do Indian.
Indian, yeah.
But it's many Christian weddings where, for example, bride says, this is my mum's apple crumble recipe, it's the best ever.
Yeah.
The bride and groom come for a tasting, we do their mum's recipe for apple crumble, we do our recipe for apple crumble, and guess what, which wins?
Yeah, cool. You also mentioned before to us about you can build your own desserts.
Yeah.
At a wedding.
Popular one, build your own ice cream sundae.
At the table.
At the table, middle of the table, ice cream,
awesome,
poppy
yeah.
candy, whipped cream, berries, sundae glass. Tell you, adults love it.
But
you hear when they all come into the room, when we tell them what it is, they love it. It's just a bit different.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Kilner jars of lemon posset, sticky toffee puddings.
Wow.
Middle of
Just
the
something
table,
totally
happy.
different. People
Yeah.
are always looking for something different at the wedding, and they should do. And that is so different.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just incredible.
Profiterole rolls and cream.
Something you remember.
Yeah, it's different from that, is it? Which is quite...
Yeah,
of course.
a lot different.
Chicken dinner, profiterole rolls and cream, and...
Yeah, we're doing that on Saturday actually.
Okay, I love it.
No, that's good. We're there.
For what-
Are we on that one?
For one of our key venues.
Wowza.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. No, thank you very
No,
much.
Well,
Really
you're going to
appreciate
stay with us and have a chat with the rest of the girls, yeah?
Yeah, girls. Yeah,
Yes, ladies.
cool. I love it. Yeah.
Thanks very
Move
much.
on. Cheers.
Thanks,
Adam.
Adam. Thanks, Adam.
Cheers. Thanks, Tom.
So, thanks Adam. Evan's going to stay with us and join us. We're now going to have some live music.
For the first time, and I'm very, very excited because she's a very, very close friend of mine, and I am just going to introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennie Sawdon.
How long will I love you? As long as stars are above you, and longer if I can. How long will I need you? As long as the seasons need to follow the plan. How long will I be with you? As long as the sea is bound to wash upon the sand. How long will I want you? As long as you want me to, and longer by far. How long will I hold you? As long as your father told you, as long as you can. How long will I give to you? As long as I live through you, however long you say. How long will I love you? As long as stars are above you, and longer if I may. How long will I give to you? As long as I live through you, however long you say. How long will I love you? As long as stars are above you, and longer if I may.
Yes! Now we're talking. Now we've started. Now we've started.
Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Ladies and gents, Jennie Sawdon, how about that? That was just astonishing. Well, just before Jennie comes on for a chat, we're going to give you a little clip about what Jennie's all about, and then we'll have a quick chat with her.
As if by magic.
I know, that was
gonna roll
amazing
out.
video. Thank you, Auntie did that for me. I feel like a bit of a superstar.
That was amazing. Thank you, Jennie. It was
That's
beautiful.
pleasure.
Sounded beautiful, especially in here as well. The acoustics are incredible.
Oh,
Did you enjoy
it's a wonderful place to
the
sing.
piano nice to play?
Incredible.
Yeah.
But we are at Chet's.
Well, of course, you'd
So-
expect nothing less.
Exactly.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I keep looking straight down the camera, and that's what my husband tells me not to do all the time.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
my lovely Chris, who's an actor. Yeah.
Is Chris watching, do you think? Is it home watching?
You better be.
Yeah.
You better be. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
We're
yeah.
old mates, aren't we?
We are very, very old friends, aren't we?
Yeah,
How
we
long
are.
have I known you for now? About 20 years?
About 20 years, yeah. And,
Since we were 10.
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah.
Going down that road, are we?
She's good. She's good. You can come on again. So how are you getting on? What have you been up to?
Well, we've just had, it's just been, we know what it's like. At the beginning of the year, you're getting all the inquiries in, you're answering all the emails, and now we're just really revving up for wedding season, aren't we?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
End of March into the summertime. So, yeah, we're ready.
So your main thing is you solo, really, isn't it?
It is really. I've played and sung at weddings now for, getting on for 20 years.
And multi-award winning as well, I might add.
Multi-award winning,
You are.
yes, I have.
2 years on that, or was it 3 years on the belt?
Three, I think.
3 years on the
Yes,
bounce.
yes. I've got the trophies at home. Yes.
Mine broke.
Mine broke. Yeah, absolutely. But Super Blue's a great thing. So it's at the moment it's just revving up for wedding season, and I mainly the thing that I adore doing is singing for ceremonies,
Wow.
and which, as you can hear, there's playing piano, live singing while the bride comes down the aisle, whilst the couple are
The
signing.
goosebump moment, basically.
Yeah, the idea is obviously to emote, make the most of that moment when they're getting married, and because I think these days, all the time, people want to, feel emotional, don't they, when they get, and they want to get, they want to make their guests feel like, and so if you can get that kind of emotion into the ceremony, not that it isn't there already, of course, but I think a live performance can help to enhance that.
Totally agree. And obviously, the ceremony, you must get asked to play certain songs or a special song
Absolutely.
for the bride and groom.
And that's really important. I don't think that you should worry about, some couples have very, very clear ideas about which songs they want, and I am happy to learn anything for your ceremony. That's all part of the package. Usually you need about 4 songs. Other couples need a bit more guidance with what they want, and then they're slightly more unsure, and and I can obviously help with that. But I think it's important, if you've got a clear idea of what you want, that you stick to that, and don't worry about thinking, what will people think if we have that particular song, because I think it is an expression of you, on your big day, and you should, be confident in that decision process.
No, I think I absolutely
Wonderful way of putting
think.
it, yeah.
Do you know what? No, seriously, I absolutely think you're spot on there. You don't just do ceremony, though. You do.
Well, I often, I can't speak. I quite often offer wedding packages, as I'm sure you do as well, Gav, and where I can sing for the ceremony, and because I'm at the venue already and I'm on site with all my equipment, it's sort of better value, if you like, to have me at the drinks reception or the wedding breakfast or what have you. I mostly do the ceremony and drinks because one comes straight after the other. But ceremony and wedding breakfast can work well too. Yeah. The benefit of having live music at those 2 sections of your wedding is, of course, that at your drinks reception, people are coming from the ceremony where everything's been quite quiet and focused to going to sort of more of a party atmosphere. Yeah. Whereas I think, again, if you've got recorded music, it's not quite as, you haven't quite got that sort of excitement. It can be a bit
interaction as well, I think, is quite important because you're there and you can react with the crowd. And
you might get people coming over and say, can you play this? And
well, you know as well from singing at drinks receptions and things that it's really great to get the crowd involved. However, if I'm singing during the wedding breakfast, I am a little bit more mindful of the fact that people are eating, talking.
I totally get that.
And so you don't want to be quite as intrusive, you want to be more of an atmosphere setter rather than I'm singing at Wembley Stadium kind of.
No, I totally,
Give it more low key,
And then moving through into the evening, you do have a band as well.
And I have a band as well, so...
You can sing with my band.
Or I can sing with your
The Rush.
The Rush featuring Jennie Sawdon.
Yes, of course.
Where's that plug gone?
Just drop something and go bang. There you go.
Do you guys often sing? Do you get the opportunity to sing together?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we used to sing together all the time, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we don't so much anymore because we're both doing our individual things.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
If I need a male singer, he comes in.
Right. And vice versa. I mean, it's great when Jen joins us because it basically opens our set list up to a whole, other repertoire. It's all her repertoire, and we can do all those. So it's fantastic.
There was a time recently where you both worked together. On the Voice, you guys kind of did the sound stage for the Voice.
I wasn't going to mention that. Now you mentioned
Pick that one up again.
Fine.
Because you said you're not working together for a while, I just thought I'd mention that because that's nothing to be sniffed at. It's quite a big TV show, and the fact that they asked you to.
Well, I have a lot to be thankful for. I mean, if you go on the Rush page, you can see my vlog from the day, which was really fortunate to get, and we were that day. But if it wasn't for Jennie, I wouldn't be there.
Right, okay.
Because they wanted Jennie, and they asked if she knew a male singer, and she asked me to do it. So I've had a lot to thank.
Just thought I'd mention that, so it's quite a big thing to mention.
I was cheap. That's what I was. So what, with the band, what sort of things, you do the same thing as us, don't you, basically?
Yeah, it's very much a case of, we want to get everyone up and having a great time, and it's very much sort of a mixture of more current music along with Motown and funk and soul.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you play everything. There's all sorts of.
We like to say that we get everybody going without being too cheesy. We're not cheesy.
You use some great players in the band as well, don't you?
Fantastic. Yes, absolutely.
No, it's fantastic.
So I've noticed that with all you guys are kind of right at the top of the game and all proper musicians who are.
Well, I
walk in the park, isn't it?
Genuinely feel very lucky about that anyway. So it's just one of those things that I kind of take it for granted. I try not to, but you just kind of take it for granted. The guys are amazing.
You do a lot more work with the band than I do, don't you? But
Ollie Pearson,
yes,
used to should do a duo. Yeah. Maybe not today. We're not kitting out for the technical side of that.
What would it be?
That's what it says there, Ollie. So, well, maybe then another show.
Someone's asked if you, just having a quick look at the questions. We're doing questions later, obviously. Mm-hmm. Someone's asked, and it's quite a valid one, do you bring your own piano?
I do, yes. I have my own piano.
Is that yours?
Not that one. That's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
But mine is a Yamaha, so but it's not a proper piano. It's a plug-in piano, but it's a very decent.
So you're fully self-contained, PA,
yes,
piano, the whole. Yeah.
And I would normally turn up at least 2 hours before your ceremony or your wedding day, or the whole of the wedding day or whatever. Or 2 hours before the wedding breakfast, if that's what you booked me for, to make sure that I was in, not disrupting any of the actual, goings on, and set up so that I'm just there and ready to go when you come in.
Just finally, we had a quick chat, didn't we, off air, about a little idea you've got, but you don't know, you feel like you might dip your toe into it, which is bespoke songs for weddings.
Oh yeah, we did.
And I know you said I'm not sure when to mention, but I think it's worth mentioning because if there's you don't know whether there's a demand for that yet.
No, I don't.
And maybe someone watching this might think, well, that'd be amazing. They should write a song for our wedding. That's something you could possibly do. You're that talented, aren't you?
There is a few things that a couple of DJs do. Some in America, they call it the love story. So just before they introduce the first dance, they'll tell you the whole story where the couple met, where they had the first dance, where the first kiss, where the proposal was. So that's for your bespoke song. Could that be included, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've written songs since I was, 10 years old, but,
which are available on iTunes.
Fighting the Fairy Tale, ladies and gentlemen, available on iTunes and all good record shops that are still open.
Record shops.
But basically, obviously, when you start concentrating more on the events, wedding side of things, the original people don't always want to hear your original music. Some of them do, but most people want to hear the songs they know, the songs that they've, you know. And occasionally people do say, oh, will you play this song for your album, because we've been listening to your album and we love it, and we'd really like to play this song. But it just occurred to me the other day that maybe it might be a nice idea to offer that sort of bespoke songwriting service as part of the package.
For a first dance, I think
You've heard it first here, guys.
Yeah.
If it's something you fancy,
I think
for the ceremony. If you fancy that, get in touch with Jenny.
Or just something for them to keep, you know, like a souvenir for the.
What a great idea.
Fantastic idea, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Anyway.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a real. No, you're going to sit there and you're going to answer questions later. It's been a real pleasure for me personally to have you on, because I know.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me.
And hopefully you'll play for us a little bit later.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Thanks very much,
Jennie
guys.
Jennie Sawdon. Wow.
Thank you, guys.
So, as Jenny mentioned, if you would like a song writing about you and your beautiful wife or your partner, then no better person.
You're very PC, though. I like that.
That's very wary then.
Yeah,
Should we have another guest? We've got loads of guests, like Graham Norton, isn't it?
It's amazing.
You're not like Graham Norton, it's like Graham Norton.
I mentioned before I'd probably rather be like Ant and Dec, because I think they earn more, so...
Don't know what that was. That was my Ant and Dec impersonation.
Anyway,
which I'll never ever do again.
Is Andy Dec?
I don't want to get into that.
That's a wrap.
Anyway, let's crack on.
So our next guest is Lucy Wright. She is a UK leading wedding planner, and we've got a little VT here of what Lucy does. And Lucy joins us now. Hello, Lucy.
Nice to see you, Lucy. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming down. We just had one quick question from, I think it was Johnny. Wanted to know what's in the cups. Are we allowed to say? So this one's got water.
Mine's water.
Mine's water.
Mine's water.
Sparkling.
That one is a sample, I think. So we'll do that.
Mine's good flavoured water.
So Lucy Wright is here, UK leading wedding planner.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a title.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for 14 years, so I'd like to say I'm quite good at what I do. Expert. Lots of weddings. I've done probably over 500 weddings now.
Wow.
Yeah, in all different venues, from village halls to stately homes, castles, people's back gardens, in marquees. So, I'd like to think I've covered all sorts. Not to get a big head and think I've done everything, I've seen everything. Each wedding's a different challenge.
But those experiences mean that every wedding you go into with those experiences.
Yeah.
So you've seen everything pretty much.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
It's a lot of weddings in such a short time, isn't it? 500 weddings into...
Yeah, 14 years.
Wow.
So, yeah. I don't see it as I've seen everything, because I treat each one, obviously, really individually, and just think, well, you never know what might happen. I've had weddings where there's been thunderstorms, lightning storms, and thinking, oh my goodness, I really hope this steel frame marquee is okay. Wow. so I've seen all sorts, but I would probably safely say there's a lot I haven't seen too, but I kind of lean on my experience of thinking, well, I'm good at solving problems.
So, I've got to ask you,
Go on.
what's been the most challenging wedding that you've had?
We discussed this earlier, didn't we? I wasn't going to tell you. So the most challenging is musically related as well. So, wedding ceremony about to start. There was a gorgeous bride who was probably about 10 years ago. She was really nervous. She didn't actually really want to get married. It was more the groom who was insisting, we've got to get married. She was happy to just carry on with life as it was. So she was really nervous. I had to treat her really kind of delicately and not push on anything. And she was about to walk into the ceremony, and she had a pianist playing electric piano. And it died, the piano died, and literally about 4 seconds before she was about to walk in, so it was panic, what is it, what's the issue? So I was outside just saying to we're just rearranging where the guests are, we're just putting a few guests over here, just did not say anything to her. But the fuse had gone in the piano, so quickly thinking on my feet, thinking what do I do? Got some tin foil from the kitchen down the corridor. Took the fuse apart. Thanks, Dad, for training me how to use
That's amazing.
Perfectly safe to do that, by the way.
Yeah. That You did pat test straight afterwards, it was fine.
Yeah, so wrap the tin foil in, put it back together, put it
You're
in,
messy,
done.
that's amazing,
There you go.
isn't it?
And she didn't know anything. I was prepared not to share that with her, but the groom did later on, and she has been eternally grateful.
Oh.
And she said, if you had told me that at any point beforehand, or let on that would happen,
she would have a meltdown.
she would have a
totally.
proper meltdown.
Wow,
So
well
yeah,
done.
so think of my feet and kind
No,
of...
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, I've got another question. Obviously, I come from an entertainment background. So, in terms of your, I mean, Andy's going to ask you some general wedding planning questions, but I thought we were chatting about entertainment.
Yeah.
So, in terms of if someone comes to you,
Mm-hmm.
you do you have a roster of bands which you normally recommend, or do you just say, right, what sort of band do you want, and then you go out and find that band, like a more of a bespoke?
Yeah, a bit of both really. I definitely have ones that I've worked with a lot and can recommend, and that's great. And I actively go and listen to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not so long ago, I did go with my husband over to hear a collection of bands who I could recommend.
But not the Rush, obviously.
Obviously not the Rush, but I'm there. We're quite
It's all
happy.
about the Rush.
We were in
Quite
London
happy.
that weekend.
Quite happy
Maybe
to come over
Germany.
to Manchester. But I think when bands do music showcases, that is brilliant because you can go off, listen to them, and then I've got in my mind, perfect, when somebody asks me for an acoustic duo or a rock band or jazz trio, I can say, well, I've actually heard them, they were great. I do give my opinion, but I'm quite open to saying, well, I've got to be open to different tastes of music as well. They might not be my taste, but might suit what the couples are looking for. So, but yes, if I can't go to hear them, or if I haven't heard of them, definitely I'll go.
I mean, to be honest with you, bands, I know through BandTube, plug. No.
They're everywhere. They're all over.
You can't even move your feet. For plugs. I know from BandTube that video, I mean, my website's all about bands having videos. I don't include anyone who hasn't got video. But the quality of band videos now are outstanding. It's really, really, really high quality. So, would you look at a band, just from a video, or would you have to go and see?
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely look at the video. I personally prefer to go and hear them. I know couples can't. I have couples from all over the world, so LA, Bermuda, Australia, they can't obviously come, so they're really putting their trust in me. So I would prefer as a planner to say, well, I've actually heard them live, they're really good, but also get all the details of, okay, how many sets are they going to play, what time they're going to arrive, because it's important for me thinking of logistics of where they can't arrive during the wedding breakfast, unless there's like a reveal curtain in a marquee or a separate room. It's thinking of all of that and managing all of that so it flows. And,
of course.
But yeah, I'd love to come and hear the Rush. So
You're a good band. You're a good band.
Playing at Albert Schloss on Thursday night.
Where's that?
Albert Schloss.
When is it?
Manchester super venue, Albert Schloss.
Peter
Thursday
Street.
night, starting 10 o'clock.
I think we're all going to Albert Schloss on Thursday night, by the way.
So, Andy, you've got some questions.
Well, there is one question which is from a chap called Nick Wright, who says, you're looking gorgeous, Mrs. Wright.
Yeah.
God
Get
bless
off, you're married to me, you can't ask me questions.
I've got
I'll be planning his next one.
a couple of standard questions. I mean, why do brides and grooms or people who organise their wedding need a wedding planner?
Good question.
Yeah.
Thought that myself.
Good question.
Need about time, probably, time. I'm actually looking at Harry and Ellie over in the corner. Time, they may be not even in the country. Like I said, I've got couples all over the world. They might need help finding a venue. But I suppose, pulling it all together. So if they're a busy couple, they want the fun element of planning a wedding.
Yeah.
They just don't have the time. They don't have the know-how, the experience as well. Are they being ripped off? Is that person charging them so much? And obviously with my experience, I can say, well, actually, do you know what? Yeah, that's not quite right. And I'll negotiate for them. But I think ultimately, a good wedding planner is somebody who listens and kind of, creates the style and the view and the kind of look of the wedding they want. And why they'd want a plan.
Well, I think the fact that you go out and look at bands and you look at venues and you do that sort of thing makes you stand out from the rest, really. And you put a lot of work in, a lot of legwork anyway.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I like to think that's what kind of sets me aside from maybe other planners, is that yeah, I don't just sit on the internet and do what a couple could do.
Well, anyone can do that.
Google
Exactly.
somebody and find them. I'll actively go and meet them, see them, check all their T's and C's, and check that that is what the couple are wanting. So I'm also on their wedding day. I'm very well known for having my little tool belt, which is full of all sorts of things you'll need, like
Fuses,
Tiffle,
pat certificate.
You now carry fuses, don't you?
Oh yeah,
I thought
definitely.
you might. Yeah.
Cable ties,
Brilliant.
sellotape, gaffer tape,
Amazing.
whatever you need. So
A question.
Safety pins.
safety pins.
I once mended a groom's
grips.
button. And
Sewing kit.
they came back to me and they were like, "Oh, can you also mend my husband?"
Yeah.
I was like this. I was like, "I'm just a singer, but I'm also a seamstress."
Wow.
Plasters. That's a
We need
yeah.
tool belts.
Yeah, we
have a nice
definitely
pink tool belt like mine. It's
Actually,
great.
have a hammer.
It's very handy.
Yeah.
But,
A question just occurred to me, which I never thought about before. It's kind of an awkward one, though. So I hope you don't mind. It's about money.
Oh.
Okay.
So how do you work it? Does a couple come to you and go, "I've got this budget,"
Yeah.
and then you just work with that and you take your fee out of that budget, or do you have a set fee? Sorry, I don't know whether that's awkward, but
No,
I think
it is a
people
good
watching
question.
might be
Yeah.
scared of getting a wedding planning because they'd be like, "Oh, I couldn't
Cost a
afford that."
fortune. And, yeah.
No, I work on a trust basis. So a lot of planners out there do a percentage. So they'll find out what the budget is, so whether it's 5,000 or 50,000 or whatever, and they'll take a percentage. Well, immediately I feel as though you've lost the trust, because obviously, as a planner doing that, you're going to then say, right, well, you've got to have this band, you've got to have that florist, because they're going to take commissions.
Yeah.
So instantly the couple are thinking, well, you, the planner, are going to rip me off. So I work on a set fee. I'll work with what the couple, work out where it is and how many guests it is, what lead time I've got to work and plan, how much work is involved. So I always do an initial meeting to work out all of this. I've got my set questions, chat through it all, and then work on a price. I know, I kind of know my value, I know how much I'm worth. I'm not going to do it for less than. So it's all about negotiating. So no, there's no set price really. Work with what their budget is, and I offer different packages: full wedding package, on the day coordination, just advice, whatever suits them. Whether they just want to email me a few times in the lead up to the wedding, make sure they're on the right track, or write them a time plan, that's fine. I'll give them a quote for that.
You answered that fantastic. Really, really well.
Well, listen, thanks again for joining us. You're going to stay with us as we bring our next guest on, who is Julia Braime from Brides Up North and newly Unveiled magazine as well.
That's right, yeah.
She's got a list of awards here, from Best Social Media from the Wedding Magazine, the Best for Northern Brides, Channel 4.
Wow.
Yeah, highly commended Best City Blog, Wedding Magazine, and so a huge list there. So we're going to show you what Julia is all about, and she'll join us for a chat in just a sec. Good, okay. And how was your weekend?
Good.
Pause guys, 1 second.
Oh.
Go back. Start over again.
We're back, yeah.
Are we back? Sorry.
Just introduce again this time.
Hello. So here's Julia. She joins us now, Julia Braime from Brides Up North and Unveiled magazine. Hello, Julia.
Hi guys, how are you?
Very well. Very well.
Not sure whether you know, but we've just done this, but yeah, we'll do it again for you.
It's a little deja vu.
So between the two of you guys, are you tending to see a trend in weddings? Is there a certain thing at the minute which is kind of...
You just robbed my question.
I think...
What am I going to do now? Yeah, I'm only about to
sit there.
Trends, really interesting question. Through our wedding blog, we turn over such a vast amount of content, and also through our social sharing, and obviously we watch other influencers in the industry as well to see what's coming next. And we're always keeping an eye on trends because we have our bridal events too, so we always want to make sure that our bridal events are fresh and new and exciting for our customers and for our brides. I think the prevailing trend for quite a lot of years was vintage weddings, and whether that was true vintage or a take on vintage. We saw a lot of bunting, lace in gowns, mismatched crockery, things like that.
Is there a difference between vintage and boho?
There's definitely a vintage.
Right, okay.
There's definitely a difference. So that's the trend that's kind of followed on from vintage.
Right.
Naturally, is a more relaxed, and to be honest, it's not a true vintage style. So it's followed on from the sort of take on vintage.
Okay.
So vintage became quite commercial,
Right.
and then boho maybe relaxed the rules a little bit.
Okay.
Came in, it was all about a more chilled out wedding. Outdoor weddings are very popular at the moment.
So a bit more festival-y sort of.
Yeah, festival style, flowers in the hair, a lot more of a focus on family.
Boards on the table, the food, family service.
A lot more rustic style. And
how does that work with the weather?
people have contingencies in place. Lucy will know about this. So
some dancers, you know.
So you always want your best day for your wedding day. But I mean, we've seen all sorts of weddings submitted to us via the blog, and some will have Glorious Sunshine, but then some of them have got Glorious Sunshine in January. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we saw a wedding in Cumbria recently where it poured down. They had flooding. I think it made the news. But luckily, the photographer on that one, I think it's Essex Photography, turned it all around and produced some fabulous photographs for the couple. So go with it. Have a contingency in place. Make sure you've got some canvas above your head.
Because that's a nightmare for us guys, isn't it? If you're having to work in wet fields and you've got all your equipment and you know, how do they cope with the live music situation, I suppose? But
I think that's probably a question for Lucy.
Get my kitchen foil out.
She's got the belt.
The fuses, got my tool belt out. As long as you can get them in there and it's safe, then you carry on. I mean, a lot of venues, if it's not in a field and it has an actual venue attached to it, like a building, then
you're
like
right,
that wedding, you move to the building. But you just kind of, I think the worst thing is if it's horrendous weather, is if the couple are kind of relaxed about it and they go with it, everyone else goes with it. It's when the couple or the family start stressing, everyone else starts stressing.
It's not something they can
changes the
control.
atmosphere.
So there's no point at all.
No.
You can get stressed about it all you want, but it's not going to change. So just get on with it.
Make the most of it.
We've got a venue in Kinder, in Hayfield, Kinder Reservoir. It's on the side of a hill. Rain all the time. We were there in October, and you just know it's going to be bad weather. But they have beautiful big fires going, roaring, and if it was sunny, great. But everyone knew the weather was going to be really horrible. It's on the side, rain like that, and it was just stunning. It really was, because everyone knew they'd be inside, comfy, cosy.
I did quite a few TP weddings last year, and when the weather turns on that, it can be a nightmare sometimes. But they always seem to turn it around and make it work. And
The TPs, remember, they came from Scandinavia, so they're ready to withstand any
For cold,
weather. So they're actually, for a winter wedding, TPs are really, really nice. Boho's not the only trend though. I think that that's very strong, and I think that'll keep going for a long time. I had a friend recently who came to me and said, I've got a cracking idea for what I'm going to do when I get married. I'm going to have a festival wedding. And I was like, yes, actually, it's quite on trend. Having just completed 2 huge wedding festival events.
Yeah, of course, which I played at one of them actually.
You did? Yeah.
are you in a band?
Should have a thing there, shouldn't
just in case you haven't seen them, they're playing at Albert Schloss this
They'll
day.
get a fantastic-
Albert Schloss Thursday.
They were fantastic. But we see, to be honest, I think there is a return to elegance as well, whether that's through a more urban style of elegance. We're seeing a lot of influence from America, so fresh white florals, lots of foliage, with Pantone colour of the year this year being greenery. We're seeing instead of an abundance of florals, we're seeing an abundance of foliage, eucalyptus, plants like that coming through in our weddings. Really natural look, lots of white, lots of light, natural light.
This is really good stuff, by the way.
Great.
No, this is
What's
really,
all about,
this is exactly what people need to hear.
Excellent. Well,
So is there any...
brideofnorth.com.
Can I ask a question? My wife, she listens to Woman's Hour, but that's fair enough. There was a wedding planner on the other week, and they said somebody mentioned a donut wall.
Oh, yeah.
And the woman went, oh God, no, they're so out of date.
A what?
A donut wall. A wall.
Yeah.
A wall, with spikes in,
Yeah,
put
and the
donuts in.
donuts on them.
I only saw it last week in the Sunday Times. I was like,
I think, to be honest, I think that's a bit unfair. I think that nothing's really out of date as long as the couple love it and incorporate it into their day in a personal way. And if you really love something, don't worry about it. We're talking about trends now, but some of the weddings we actually feature on our site, we're not looking for the most trendy weddings to feature, whether on the site or on the blog. I actually have been really lucky that my demographic for my site has been the geography, it's been the location, which means that I can feature a whole range of different
Very
types of
diverse,
weddings.
yeah.
So you can have everything from elegant to DIY to, you know, just a wedding that really spoke to me through the emotions of the couple, or maybe, you know, you can see in the faces of their grandparents, something like that. I don't think you have to necessarily follow trends, but I love the idea of a donut wall, to be honest.
But it's just this woman in London, they're so out of date. I've never seen one till the
Never even heard of it.
The American thing coming
Is
through,
it? Yeah.
so that's
So
sort of influence.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
People pick things
So
up.
it's served as a dessert type?
No, I don't know. I think it was a table plan.
The donut walls I've seen are very much just a really unique way of doing a pudding dessert. It's like pick your donuts. What would you like? It's, just a bit different.
And when you get fed up with your husband, you can shove them into
the spikes. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that should be.
Dark side of Jennie.
I never ever get time.
No, I didn't think. Judo, just say that again because I don't know whether.
Yeah, I think the rule should be if you like it, do it. If you love something, then go with it.
Yeah,
It's a great line, yeah. You should enjoy the planning and do what you want and have it
And
your
that's what
way.
I was saying about the song choice earlier. You know, it doesn't matter.
No, of course.
It's your day at the end of the day.
Of
isn't
course.
it?
Can I just ask? Obviously, you're known for probably the most successful wedding blog. You know, maybe in the UK.
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay. I'll say in the UK.
Some of my blogger friends might be watching.
So. Sorry about that. But you're just about to launch a new magazine called Unveiled, and I want to know why you've decided to go from digital media to print media.
So we've been in circulation for a while. So Unveiled's actually, it was someone else's baby. So it started 3 years ago, and I came on board as editor from issue 4. We just printed issue 7.
Right.
But this was my first issue, in charge of the commercial as well as the creative side. I just love magazines. As a little girl, my dream job was to be editor of Vogue, and I had a little blip along the way and retrained in law. But it's to me, digital's fantastic in that the vast amount of content we can turn over is phenomenal, and links through to people's websites and things like that for the people who are supporting our website too. Unveiled's something a little bit different. We're trying to do something new in that we don't want to be a magazine that's just stuffed full of adverts. So we don't want to, just be a pick-up reference, a quick read. We don't want to be a quick read, basically. We want to be a coffee table style publication. And this is working, that the girls pick up at a wedding show or buy from W. Smith's or wherever they get their hands on a copy, and they keep it, and they might. We are finding that brides are waiting for the next issue to sort of build their collection. And what we do with the magazine is every single style shoot in it, and we had 6 in this last issue, are all creatively styled in-house.
Right.
So, and that's why we're doing it at the moment, in that we sort of have a vision for what we want the issue to look like, and then we go out to people that we know to create together like a collaborative product. So it's more of a showcase for suppliers, and we only really feature the most stunning weddings and the stunning venues. And Unveiled initially started as a North East magazine.
Right.
Fabulously designed, unlike anything that had been out there before, fabulously designed. And under my editorship, we've pushed it out across the whole of the North. And we've just launched our new app via the App Store. That's a plug. Wow. But it's just gone live actually last Friday, so it's Happy Friday on Friday.
Amazing. I love it.
So so we've just launched our new app, and we've got some big plans for the project, and we'd like to take it online as well and share our because one thing with the magazine is you create all this content and then you have 8 pages to show off. That was the difference between blogging, because with a blog you can show off 100 images, but with a magazine it's about 8 to 10, if that. And so I had all this back content that I really wanted to show off, and behind the scenes footage and cool stuff that people don't get to see, and styling tips and all this stuff I'm getting thrown at me from every direction on these shoots that I want to share. So we're trying to create an online resource for that, which I'm working on really hard behind the scenes, and I hope to have it ready for print day, but we're just not ready, and I want it to be perfect, and I want it to be stunning and spectacular, something good for,
great new venture,
for brides.
Shall we take a few questions? We do have a question. Yeah, thank you, Julie.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Very informative.
I know you were a bit nervous before, but you shouldn't have been.
It's nerve-wracking watching everyone else go first.
No, you were great.
I've been drinking the water though.
Yeah, the water helps. Water helps.
Great flavoured water.
So we've got some questions.
Well, we've got a question firstly directed to you. I think it's directed to you. How far in advance do you need to book live music? That's from Lisa Jane.
Lisa Jane, hello. Newly engaged.
She is, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, last week.
Congratulations!
Rob Poulant, top bloke. Lisa, I always advise people to book their entertainment straight away. No, seriously, not because I'm in a band and I want you to book me because I'm desperate for gigs. If you leave it, and Jenny will know this, if you leave it, you don't know when tomorrow someone might inquire for the same date. And I've said this before on previous Wedding Q's lives. I've had so many brides inquire with me, leave it a month, come back to me, and then we've already took a booking. So to avoid, if you want, I always say, get your first choices. To get your first choices, you, as soon as you make a decision, book them straight away. If they're already booked, then there's nothing you could have done about it. But don't leave it. If you want a band, don't leave it, or an act, or a singer, or a DJ.
What's obviously everything's important to you on the wedding day.
Yeah.
Prioritising. Obviously, you need your date and the venue to check that's free, and then it's prioritising what are the main elements of the wedding that are really important to you, like food, music, and then getting that booked straight away.
Yeah, and that's different for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a question from Emma Draper for Julia.
Emma.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
How can brides find out about the nearest event to them that you organise?
Right, yeah, so we list all our events via our website is the best source for our own events, naturally. So bridesupnorth.com/wedding-fairs, or just look for wedding fairs at the top of the blog, click on it, and there's a whole long list of beautiful venues with innovative new events there. Everything from your stately home boutique, we call them Brides Up North Bespoke, shows which are really gorgeous and hand-picked, to our big wedding festivals which are coming up in May, which we're really, really excited about. And some new concepts, some more urban looks style stuff, which we've got coming up. We've got a really big show at Victoria Warehouse in September, which is going to be awesome.
Like Victoria Warehouse.
It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm so excited. I always think if I'm excited about, I try and be excited about every single venue in our portfolio, and we're always kind of changing things and tweaking things. And each season we don't just roll out the same show all the time. We go back to the drawing board and we say what would we like to get out of it. And I always put myself in the shoes of the beach or the shoes of the bride, and I think, oh, that was a bit naff for the bride. But even though people would have enjoyed it, I want to do it again and make sure it's perfect. So so the Victoria Warehouse one, if I feel really excited, it's
I just love Victoria Warehouse.
I've not been there yet. I've got one there this year.
It's just really cool. It's so
a cool blank canvas.
Yeah, completely. You can do what you want with it. You can make it. I've done like a few gigs there, and they've lit the room up in just such a stark way that you walk in and you just go, wow, it's incredible. It's
fantastic. But thank you, Emma. Through the blog, but also watch our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our social media. You can't really escape it. So. Sorry.
No, it's fantastic. You give amazing advice on your Twitter feed.
Rachel Hannah. Hello, Rachel.
Rachel's from Maria Antoinette Cakes.
Where can people get hold of a copy of Unveiled?
Right, so Unveiled's more readily available than ever before this issue. So we are available by the larger outlets of WH Smith. New for this issue, WH Smith Travel. Distributed exclusively via all the Brides Up North events, so we've got 40 plus events this year. At the larger wedding shows, such as the national wedding shows, the wedding fairs in the autumn, I think that's a national wedding show, and then also via our online shop online at unveiledmagazine.co.uk, you can purchase a copy, and we've kept the postage and packing really cheap. They're very heavy. So I'm not making any money on that. And also via our brand new app, which is Unveiled Magazine on the App Store.
Fantastic.
So loads of space. But wedding fairs are a good place to start.
No, of course,
a question from Lisa wants to know, Lucy, do you do weddings all over the UK? Pretty much anywhere?
I've got some abroad next year as well. So anywhere in the UK. Obviously Yorkshire based, my kind of core suppliers are in Yorkshire, do it anywhere, absolutely. Take my suppliers with me or learn about the suppliers that are nearby, so anywhere that anyone
Can I ask where your destination weddings are this year, just out of interest?
Well, I did one in Portugal last year and next year Croatia.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing location as well.
She'll not be on the beach.
How much harder are they? How much harder are they?
Harder?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the language barrier. They're not harder, just have to go out and research things more, really.
Long weekends.
Yeah, long weekends, absolutely. Tough life, But no, it's harder in the fact, it's just more...
Just communication.
Yeah, communication and kind of preparation, because you're thinking, right, it's abroad, and also harder when it's really hot. You'll be thinking in the UK, oh my God, the rain, the thunderstorms, which I've mentioned. Portugal, sweating buckets,
Yeah.
which is really
It's almost
hard.
worse.
Yeah, it is
I
really
would hate
hard.
to be too hot
Yeah.
on a wedding day.
Yeah, so it's thinking,
Or that fake
okay,
tan.
gallons.
Don't fake tan the night before your wedding. There's a tip.
What was that tip?
Don't fake tan the night before your wedding.
No,
Even in the UK, a little bit of sweat and you've got tan running down your ivory or white dress.
my dress designer.
Top tip there, Ellie.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
It's very important.
Yeah, go to the tanning salon.
So lots of comments coming about your voice, saying amazing.
Oh, nice.
Sounds
Thanks,
wonderful.
guys.
Debbie Marks is looking forward to working with Julia at the Victoria Warehouse show. Emma Draper's there too.
I'm having a problem with this because I'm scrolling down and it's scrolling back up again. I can't see the comments.
Well, I had a little list of questions here from a survey which was online last week, which is the most difficult part of planning a wedding. Top 3. Would you like to hear them?
Yeah,
See if you
Go on,
agree.
then.
The first one was the guest list.
So hard.
Yeah, definitely.
That's number 1. I've put us on budget, but guest list is number 1.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
your
right.
favourite?
Are you basically rating your friends and family? aren't you?
That's it, yeah.
Incredibly
So
political because it comes from the
In-laws
the in-laws
and the
and your own
Yeah.
family.
So
So
you
you want to
have a
invite Auntie
spreadsheet.
Marjorie, as you've got to invite.
I imagine you have a spreadsheet and you go definites, and you have the possibles, and then you have the column where it's, well, if we need to pad it out a bit. You know what I mean?
I've had couples actually change venue, or not change venue. When we've been doing a venue search and it's max capacity 200 against a lovely venue 120, like we'll go with 120, it's fine, we'll cut them out. It doesn't
Wow,
matter.
so a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll cut them because they're like, oh, I love the venue. It's fine, we don't need Auntie Marjorie, we'll cut her
Yeah.
out.
Wow.
Yeah,
Or
so
Auntie
they've
Marge?
changed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
Auntie Marge.
I think the key for that though should be invite who you love and who you've been friends with for a long time
Yeah.
and who you
Yeah.
see yourself being friends with in 10 years time
But
or
then,
20 years
but then
time.
it's interesting because I've met new friends.
Yeah.
Who have become almost more important than.
Yes,
you know what I
sorry.
mean?
Who you see
Yeah.
yourself being friends with.
Yeah,
that's what-
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting
It's-
answers for that.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
plus ones. Don't worry about plus
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, God, yeah. Nothing worse
That's
on the
hard,
putting
isn't it?
putting place cards down, Bob's +1.
Second on the list was how to manage the budget, which is always going to be a tricky question because where do you stop, where do you start? I suppose it's all down to the
Set
individual.
it and stick
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like though if you're doing an extension and everybody always goes over budget, don't they? You
Yeah.
have to sort of imagine it's going to cost you a little bit more.
Have a
But
contingency.
yeah, have a little bit of an extra.
Sorry, I've just got a question from Lisa again. Thanks,
Hi, Lisa.
I have a list of about 110. You only got engaged the other day. You get 10 for the day.
Wow.
I better be there, by the way.
Singing.
Will that restrict? Will that restrict venue choices?
No, I think that's about right.
I'd say the average wedding's about 120, really. So
Yeah.
it just depends which venues you're looking at, really. But I'd say most venues are based on 120, really.
Yeah,
Good
but
number.
80 up.
Yeah,
80
it depends.
yeah.
If you're looking like an old venue like this, obviously we'll have max capacity, and some of the venues I work with, fire regs and all sorts, restrict the numbers, and then but then have beautiful grounds you can put marquee, and then you can increase it. So 110's good though, good start.
Good number.
Yeah,
Good
good
number.
number. Yeah.
Brilliant number.
Good
you
time for
have
a party with
another,
110.
The third on the list, I mean,
Sorry,
the list had 10 on it, I just did the top 3. The third one was knowing what to do next once you...
Divorce.
And then get remarried and look vanilla in all school.
I did a divorce party last year.
Did you? Yeah, I did one. I
Very
did one.
awkward, but...
Yeah, big
lots of
family.
ladies
She was
talking
married
about
to the big family in the northwest. Can't wait for the decree eyesight to come through and have a big party even more then.
Wowzer.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
So knowing what to do next, I suppose, is when you guys come in and advising where to go, what to do.
So that's when I love to come into the planning bit because it's a blank canvas for me. We can start talking about ideas and about what kind of venue they want to go for and how many guests they have got, and it's easy then for me to say, right, well, what about this venue, that venue, or have you thought about doing this style? And usually the bride's already on Pinterest, who's looking at things, so it's kind of getting all the thoughts and ideas and putting them all together. And then as a planner, I'd go out and search all these things. If they're not going down the road of a planner, then yeah, it's down to them to kind of look at what kind of style and look they want to go for. Start looking at venues. Venues really will dictate the rest of the wedding with capacities, the style, almost the dress as well. Because if you're going to have a beautiful venue like this, it might dictate, you know, having a larger dress, or, you know, might go somewhere with a slinky dress, or whatever it is, and with that has accommodation, it doesn't have accommodation.
Yeah.
There's so many variables.
What I'd say is don't panic.
Yeah.
You know, when you get engaged, enjoy the process.
Yeah.
So I have quite a lot of brides coming through my shows who are panicking.
Yeah,
and they're thinking, oh my God, I've got to book everything all at once. What do I do? And booking too much. Like, just take your time, sit down, look for inspiration. But don't feel pressured, you know. You do need to prioritise, like we were talking about. So things like photographer, flowers, catering, music.
DJ.
You do DJ. You fall into music.
Well, yes.
But I think, you know, make sure you're making the right choices and research it.
And also, less is more.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. You can tell when brides have been to loads of wedding shows and they've got this table planned, that here on the tables, this in the bar, and it's just like, you didn't need it.
It's almost overkill sometimes,
Yeah.
isn't it? Exactly.
I think the key word is enjoy the planning, enjoy the whole process, make it enjoyable, fun, less stressful.
Well, I think
we've delivered such a wonderful show today with some great insights.
guys, honestly, thank you so much. You've all smashed it.
Thanks for having
You've
us.
been brilliant. You really have been brilliant, and we really appreciate
Well, that's not
it.
it, Gavin. We still have Jenny to sing us out. Would you mind singing us out?
Oh, yes, I will.
That'd be okay.
I don't mind.
So, as Jenny makes her way to the piano, a real-life piano, we'd like to thank our guests, Julia Braime, Lucy Wright, Adam Evanson. They've done a marvellous job. We'd like to thank Harry, who produces, directs, technical advisor.
Thanks to
lighting.
Harry. Couldn't do it without him.
Chetham's Wedding and Events here. Don't forget, this is in the centre of Manchester. You can book this wedding venue for your forthcoming wedding. It's a stunning venue. Big thanks to Ollie from The Word Is Love for the cues in the background. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Albert Schloss, Thursday, 10 o'clock, The Rush.
We're all going.
We're all going. Well, thanks very much for tuning in.
A feeling, it's a feeling I'm concealing, I don't know why. It's just a mental, sentimental alibi, but I adore you, I'm so strong for you. Why go once, darling? I am falling. Our love is calling. Why be shy? Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Our hearts are made of it. Let's take a chance. Why be afraid of it? Do. Let's close our eyes and make our own paradise. Little we know of it, still we can try to make a go of it. We might have been meant for each other, whoa, to be or not to be. Let our hearts discover. Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Now is the time for it while we are young. Let's fall in love. Now is the time for it while we are young. Let's fall in love. Now is the time for it while we are young. Let's fall in love. Thanks, guys.